Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Roxanne. If it's your first time here, then welcome. Today I want to do the book Postscript 2018 tag. I was tagged by Bree Hill, my lovely friend Bree Hill. To do this tag, I will put down the information of the original creator of the tag down in the description bar, but it sounded like a lot of fun and it would allow me the opportunity to reflect on my reading year, so I thought that I would participate. The first question is the longest book that you read this year and the book that took you the longest to finish. So I think the book that is longest is a reread for me, and that was Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, which comes in at I believe 873 pages or something like that. 170 pages, and this is a reread for me. The book that took me the longest to finish, I'm going with the one that felt like it took me the longest, and that was Orlando by Virginia Woolf, and mostly because I just didn't really want to get back into it. I wanted to give up a lot throughout, and it just felt like it was burdensome to read. I didn't really enjoy myself while I was reading it, and so it just felt like it took forever to finish. Number 2, a book you read in 2018 that was outside your comfort zone. I actually didn't prepare for this one. I gotta say, I didn't really go outside of my comfort zone in 2018. I did start to read more of things that I hadn't read before. Like, I've really gotten into children's fiction, like middle grade fantasy books, which I hadn't read before, but I'm really wanting to get into a lot. And so I would say it's not really outside of my comfort zone because I enjoy middle grade and I enjoy fantasy, but it's something that I didn't read that much before that I'm wanting to make an active effort to get more into both the rest of the year and into next year. So I guess that's the answer that I'm going with. I don't really have anything that was outside of my comfort zone per se. Number 3, how many books did you reread in 2018? So I reread 9 books. Most of them were Harry Potter. I reread Pride and Prejudice, which I reread every single year. I also reread Station 11 and The Night Circus and Nevermore. The Night Circus and Station 11 are favorites of mine from last year and the year before that I just wanted to sort of confirm that they were still favorites, so I reread them this year and really enjoyed them both. And then Nevermore was one that I loved so much the first time that I read it that I reread it in like just a few months later. So in total about 9 books. Favorite reread of 2018. My favorite reread is a tie between The Night Circus and Station 11, mostly because it just solidified that they're both favorites for me. I have The Night Circus here, but I can't for the life of me find my Station 11 copy, and I'm really sad because it's one of my favorite books of all time, and if I can't find it, I'm just gonna have to buy a new copy because I can't not have it in my bookshelves. Number 5, a book you read for the first time in 2018 that you look forward to rereading in the future. A book that I really look forward to rereading in the future is The Unseen World by Liz Moore. This book really touched me. I think the story was amazing. The hype is totally worth it. I can't say enough positive things about this book, and I can't wait to reread it and sort of relive this story. And it's kind of a book that it's kind of one of those books that you fall so much in love with that you want to reread it again for the first time, because there's really nothing quite as special as that first time you read a book that you fall in love with. But it's really one that I can't wait to reread in a future time. Single short story or novella that you read in 2018. So I was actually really bad and didn't read any short story collections or novellas in 2018, so I don't have an answer for this. Short story collections have never really been my thing. Not a fan of novellas or short stories. I have a few in my shelves that I think I will enjoy, but it really takes a lot for me to get into the mood to read them, which is really annoying because I do kind of wish that I could, because they're it takes longer, or it takes shorter for you to get something that can be really special, but I just like it takes me a lot to get into in the mood for it, so I actually didn't read any this year. Number 7, mass appeal, a book you liked and would recommend to a wide variety of readers. One that I would recommend to a wide variety of readers is If We Were Villains by ML Rio. This is a book that I would recommend if you enjoy just normal fiction, if you enjoy mystery, if you enjoy Shakespeare, if you enjoy that sort of campus type novel. I think it's clever. I think it has great writing. It has a great cast of characters. I love that sort of zoomed in look into an event that changes the lives of so many people and how they all interact with each other. I think this was amazing. I loved it and I would recommend it to a lot of people. Number 8, specialized appeal, a book that you liked but would be hesitant to recommend to just anybody. So usually the type of book that I'm hesitant to recommend to just anybody is that type of book that I love so much, that is not very plot based, that is very character driven, that is very elaborately like beautiful dream-like writing, that's very atmospheric. I wouldn't recommend to just anybody because a lot of people like more plot based books, a lot of people like faster paced books, a lot of people don't really like that sort of dream-like very elaborate, beautiful, flowery writing. They see it as pretentious, whereas I don't always. So I loved The Gods of Tango by Carolina de Robertis, but I wouldn't recommend it to just anybody. I would really want to know what type of reader they are, what type of story they're looking for before I recommend this. I loved it and I wish everybody read it, but I understand that really it's probably not for everybody. So it's kind of one that I would need to know more about the type of reader before I recommend it. Number 9, reflect on your year as a bookish content creator. Goals met, good or bad memories, favorite videos you made, etc. So a favorite video that I made that I wish that I need to sort of make more of was my books to help me survive book. I think that's what I called it. And it was around the time of the whole Charlottesville thing, where I just looked at my shelves. I was really angry. I looked at my shelves and I was like, what books help to educate me? What books help me to see the things, how far we've come, and sort of the direction in which we're going. And I haven't done that again, mostly because I just haven't read enough sort of that nonfiction that I want to display in those types of videos. And I really I'm sort of making a conscious effort to change that in the beginning of the upcoming year. There's a lot of really great nonfiction books that I really want to read, sort of social justices, social sciences, women's rights, racial issues types of books that I really want to read, that I feel are really relevant to the times and which can inform my opinions and hence that type of video. So that's one that I really want to continue to remake. I really want to get back into the bookstores of New York City area. I haven't done that in a long time, so I really want to get back into that. Overall, I way surpassed my reading goal. I think my reading goal was something like 70 or 75 and I'm like 110, and it's mostly due to how much more I'm reading on or listening to audio or consuming books via audiobooks. I am doing that more now than I ever have before, and it's allowed me to just consume a lot more books, and that's amazing to me. I'm very excited about it, and that will continue on to next year, and that'll probably be my main method of consuming books, at least while I am still in my grad program, because I don't have a lot of time to come home, sit and read. So a lot of my reading is done to and from work, or sort of when I'm cleaning or when I'm cooking and things like that, and it is through audio. It's just much more convenient and it allows me to still be able to read and get that enjoyment. But when I come home from work, really what I have to do is sit home and study and do homework. So I don't have time to physically read a lot of books, which is really sad because I love that so much. And I've really enjoyed being able to get back into that now that school is done for the semester and I have a few weeks off. But yeah, that's gonna be my main method of consuming books for a while, and thankfully it has allowed me to way surpass my reading goal. Number 10, tag some fellow bookish content creators. I'm always bad at tagging people, so if you've watched this, if you've enjoyed it and thought it was entertaining and want to do it yourself and kind of look through your own reading year and come up with how it's been for you and you want to reflect on it, then feel tagged, because yeah, I think this was fun. I think it was great, and I look forward to seeing other people do it. As always, thank you for watching and for listening. I love you guys very much.